Alrighty, and welcome back to the channel, everyone. Today I'm going to be doing something a little bit different here, and that is going over this support Red Clash challenge here. And I was completely spacing because I had recorded this before, but I failed to mention a major component in this, and so I'm going to be recording this again. So apologies, I had already completed it. It runs exactly the same between the first one and all of the other ones, with one minor difference. The second and third challenges gives you an additional hero. Instead of 2 teams of 2, you have a team of 3 and a team of 2. So what that will mean is you will have one formation, which will be this Lucky Stars here, which has 3 healers. So you do have a chance to revive instantly upon your death. So the 3, well, not necessarily 3 main characters, but the characters that make this much easier are Ro, once he's 5-star, Tsubasa at any level, and then Meme Master at 4-star. However, you don't need any of these. Ro actually has multiple uses due to his shielding assistant skill. Basically, it could serve as something that could be targeted by the Bug Queen Monarch, and so you could use that in accordance to the Druid's summons, where you could have the Queen target those instead of any of the other characters. So what I'm going to be running is I'm going to be running Windsummers and Ro, and then Foxy, just because I'm going with my best healers, and then Tsubasa, and then probably Druid or Pink Lady. Yeah, it doesn't really matter at this point. You could also alternatively put Druid here as a second source to, to basically bait the Queen Monarch with the totem. And the other one you could do is put Ro first and use his teleport skill. It's actually like a dash. You could put him there and use that instead, and that's actually what I recommend if you are at low levels and you don't have the healing. So currently this was exactly at my difficulty, and the third one is going to be much harder. So I'm just going to go ahead and hop in, and I'm going to showcase a couple of the techniques you need to note here. And I'll start with the very first thing that you need to note, and that is here underneath this settings thing is an actual meteor icon. And for the first couple of months after this came out, I did not notice this whatsoever, and it wasn't until somebody pointed it out to me where I finally was like, oh my gosh, I've been doing this the hard way the entire time. And so you do it, you just target it, and it does about 20k damage. And so this Monarch Bite is pretty much the only attack that she does, and she'll hit anybody within range. And so something that could be noted is the friendly dude's skeletons here. They will automatically move forward, and they will automatically path backwards a little bit so they're out of range, and the Monarch will actually target these skeletons because she aggroes on the closest character or the closest thing instead. So if you could hold right out of range, then the skeletons will just constantly move into range, and she'll be doing that. You don't have to worry about anything. You could turn on 4 times speed and just be hands-free on this. The alternative method is to use, as I said, Druid's Totem, where you could bait that, and then you could also use Ro in order to teleport side to side, because there will be a couple of bugs spawning on the right side and then the left side. And so that isn't so much an issue on any of the levels unless you're extremely low levels, because this is one of the things, because you are given a damage squad, you can clear this at any level, as low level as possible, as long as you have the characters. So that's the hard recommendation. And so in order to 3-star this, you need those characters I mentioned before, which is Ro at 5-star, Meme Master at 4-star, or Tsubasa at any level. And then basically you just resurrect towards the end. So just going to move her slightly back, and then should be good now. She'll start slowly pathing backwards, and then it's just a matter of every time this is off cooldown, I'm going to go ahead and hit it here. I'm going to do like this, so it should kill the bug as well, one of them, and then this I'm actually going to do to freeze it and get this targeted. So she might be a little bit close there. Yep, and she was close. So I'm just going to cast Res, and immediately get her up, and they're gonna go and go back to try to heal her, and she just immediately died again. But it's okay, as long as I cast res before the end, then I'm going to be good. And so it's just a matter of getting these characters into play. And so I did need to look out a little bit with these because they were a little bit too far where they were able to aggro them into range. And so I'm just going to hold them right here like this. And of course, that was a fail again. Oh, and I've been totally forgetting about this the whole entire time. And so that was it. Super easy to do this. You could clear this at any level because everything is based off of the damage squad. Like I did, what is this, like 40, 50k damage, and it had like 400, 500k health. So it was not a lot of damage. Everything came from that DPS squad, and I could have showed that in the middle as well. But so even looking at this, it's still the 5 characters. Will likely do the exact same thing because they make up 40k of the squad recommendation, and the difference between the second and the third one isn't very much as far as the difficulty and power. It's only like a 5k difference, but then the gear level, it does say T13, but literally you could clear this as soon as you have the characters. But yeah, best of luck with everyone. Hope you guys enjoyed that. The hardest part for me is remembering that little meteor there at the very bottom. So I will see you all in the next video.